This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Judge Neil Gorsuch is back in the spotlight today, trying to convince Washington he's the right man for the vacant Supreme Court position.
Senators are drilling the nominee on everything from abortion to guns to his independence from President Trump. ABC's Maggie Rulli has more.
Supreme Court nominee Judge Neil Gorsuch is getting peppered with questions during his confirmation hearing.
Let me ask you about Citizens United.
Does the president have the right to authorize torture?
Does a good judge decide who should win?
Republicans champion the president's decision.
Quite frankly, I was worried about who he'd pick. Maybe somebody on TV. But President Trump could not have done better in choosing you.
A strict interpreter of the Constitution with a track record of right-of-center rulings. But Democrats are grilling Gorsuch about President Trump's more conservative campaign promises.
The president said that he would appoint someone who would overturn Roe.
The judge skirting around the answer.
It has been reaffirmed many times. I can say that, yes.
And saying he can't give an opinion on current cases.
Is a blanket religious test, is that consistent with the First Amendment?
Senator, that's an issue that's currently being litigated actively.
Also having to answer to the past. Democrats still upset that Republicans would not even give President Obama's nominee Merrick Garland a hearing.
Do you think he was treated fairly by this committee, yes or no?
Senators, I explained to you before, I can't get involved in politics.
But when asked if he would hold the president accountable, his answer is clear.
No man is above the law.
Today, Republicans are standing by their decision to not hold a hearing for Obama's nominee, saying it was an election year and that people needed to choose their leader first. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
The day after FBI Director James Comey's dramatic testimony, Republicans in Washington are focusing on health care today. President Trump went to Capitol Hill to meet with GOP lawmakers about the fate of the American Health Care Act. Walking past reporters on multiple occasions, he said nothing about the FBI's investigation into his campaign's possible contacts with Russia. And while Comey's testimony was headline-grabbing, House Speaker Paul Ryan said he did not learn anything new from the Intelligence Committee hearing.
We have an investigation that's been going on in the Intelligence Committee. There's one federally. We're going to get to the bottom of things, all things Russia. But it is very clear that we have seen no evidence and been presented with no evidence that Donald Trump or his staff were involved in this with the Russians.
Comey said the investigation of Russian meddling into the 2016 election has been going on since July, and he did not say when it would be complete. Comey also denied that President Obama had Trump Tower wiretapped, in direct contradiction to President Trump's unsubstantiated accusations in tweets.
And where health care is concerned, it's been 7 years since President Obama signed the Affordable Care Act. Now the clock is ticking for the House to vote on the GOP's American Health Care Act. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo is here with a preview. Dwayne.
Well, Haley, this new bill is receiving some criticism on both sides. The bill needs 216 votes to pass in the House of Reps, which is scheduled later this week. You would have to think that no Democrat is likely to vote for it, which means that it would take just 22 GOP votes against to kill it. The Republican health care plan would kill some of the current law, including tax penalties for people who don't buy insurance and Medicaid expansion. But according to the New College of Florida's political professor, Keith Fitzgerald, those on the Affordable Care Act will lose big on this one if it were to pass.
There will be literally millions of people who will lose their health insurance, and they don't have a plausible way of making sure that all of those people will be in better shape afterwards.
Now, later on tonight on our 7 at 7 newscast, we find out the similarities and the major differences between both plans. Back to you.
Thank you, Dwayne. And now for a check on our forecast, which is still looking really nice, just warming up a little bit.
Yeah, a little more humid today,
right,
but not too much. Josh Stone in for Bob tonight.
That's right. Yeah, we may have a little more humidity on Thursday, but still very nice conditions right now. Sunshine throughout the entire Sun Coast. It's 70 right now in Sarasota, 73 in Bradenton, and 70 in Venice at this time. Winds generally out of the west, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. And really very comfortable conditions on this late Tuesday afternoon. Nothing to show you on the radar. Remains very quiet thanks to dry air above us. and high pressure in control. As we go through the overnight hours, we cool down into the lower 60s around 10 p.m. and then the upper 50s as we go through the overnight. But with these temperatures falling close to the dew point, just look out for some patchy fog later on tonight. When I come back, I'll talk about the weekend forecast, and looking pretty good. Back to you.
Thank you, Josh. A follow-up now on the application to build a 60,000 square foot restaurant depot near the celery fields in Sarasota County. JMDH Real Estate is withdrawing its rezoning application. The attorney representing the company sent a letter informing the county commission of the decision. In it, the attorney blames the decision on the rezoning meeting being scheduled after the approval contingency date. That rezoning request is now terminated, but a spokesman for the county says the project may not be completely off the table. The project faces ongoing backlash from protesters and nearby residents.
After a contentious November election, Florida may take a big step to make sure people are not registered in other states. President Donald Trump has made an issue of people who are registered to vote in more than one state, using it as one of the bedrocks of his overall contention that voter fraud is rampant in the U.S. But Florida may soon have a way to double-check its voter registration information. A bill now moving forward in the state legislature would allow the state to compare its voter rolls with other states to make sure people are not registered in multiple states. This bill is a top priority for local election supervisors, including Sarasota County Election Supervisor Ron Turner.
We have a lot of new people that come to Florida and then move here and establish a residency, which is a wonderful thing. But sometimes those voters may forget to take themselves off the roll somewhere else. They may not tell us that. So by allowing us to do this, it would provide us one more tool in our tool chest here in Florida to help keep cleaner voting rolls.
Right now, there's a partnership between 20 states and the District of Columbia to share voter registration information.
Scientists with Mote Marine Lab in Sarasota are hoping to get more information soon on one of the top predators in the ocean. Some researchers with Mote recently returned from an expedition on one of OCEARCH's research ships. This trip focused on waters off of Hilton Head Island. The group spent 3 weeks looking for great white sharks to tag and study. They were able to find one mature male great white, a juvenile female great white. Researchers hope that the new tags will give them valuable information on the sharks' life cycles, where they mate, give birth, and other habits.
They are a protected species, believe it or not, in U.S. waters. This is really important to reestablish balance in the ocean ecosystem and get sort of the different levels of ecology and balance in the sea.
During the expedition, the group also located 2 tiger sharks off of Hilton Head Island.
Still, so much they don't know about the great white shark.
It is really a mystery.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, pesticides on produce.
A new report shows which fruits and veggies have the highest amount of residue. Those findings are straight ahead.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Every now and then, factories authorize us to give deep discounts on furniture. And that time is now during the Flexsteel Factory Authorized Sale at Bacon's Furniture & Design. Shop the Flexsteel styles you love like Brandon, Dillon, Crosstown, Fleet Street Sectionals, and more. All at the guaranteed lowest authorized prices. Experience the beauty, the functionality, the quality for years to come with a lifetime warranty on Flexsteel's patented spring construction. The Flexsteel Factory Authorized Sale going on now only at Bacon's Furniture & Design.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can buy one for just $24,999 or save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab during Ram Truck Month. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
Infant mortality rates have reached new lows.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, infant mortality in the U.S. dropped 15% between 2005 and 2014. The largest decline occurred in sudden infant death syndrome, falling by 29%. The CDC reporting that infant mortality rates among black women are still more than double that of non-Hispanic white women. Infant deaths in the U.S. have dropped more than 70% since 1962, but we still have one of the highest rates among developed countries. Pesticides are widely used in agriculture to help control pests, from weeds to insects to bacteria. But pesticides can also potentially be toxic to humans and can leave a residue on our favorite fruits and vegetables. Kim Hutcherson has more.
A recent report says that many of our favorite fruits and vegetables show traces of pesticide residue. The annual survey was conducted by the Environmental Working Group, a nonprofit advocacy organization. Their report, the EWG's Shopper's Guide to Pesticides in Produce, says nearly 70% of samples of 48 conventionally grown agricultural products show traces of pesticide contamination. The good news is that's 6.6% less than last year. Strawberries topped this year's list with the highest amounts of residue. Samples of the popular fruit tested positive for at least 20 different pesticides. Spinach is in the number 2 spot. The report says spinach has twice as much pesticide by weight as any other crop. Rounding out the top 5, nectarines, apples, and peaches. The produce with the least pesticide residue, sweet corn, avocados, pineapple, cabbage, and onions. The Food and Drug Administration says all produce should be washed thoroughly under running water, even if you don't plan on eating the skin. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Have you ever slept so well you wake up feeling like $1 million? Well, a new study says a good night's sleep could be equivalent to winning the lottery. Maybe not $1 million, but British researchers studied the sleep patterns of more than 30,000 people over a 4-year period. They say a good night's sleep helps improve your mood so much it's similar to winning the jackpot of about $150,000. The lead researcher says the study shows that improving the quality and amount of sleep is effective in improving society's health and well-being. So go to bed early tonight and see how that works out. Now let's head over to Josh.
All right, a beautiful day thanks to high pressure. A few fair weather clouds just rolled on by. This is from the Lakewood Ranch webcam, and we had just magnificent conditions on this Tuesday. Right now it's 70 here in Sarasota, 68 in Cortez, 77 Mayaca City, 74 in Northport. A little bit warmer here over in Arcadia at 80 degrees right now. For the almanac today, we only topped out at 72 thanks to the westerly wind, keeping us a little bit cooler along the coastline. Our average for this time of the year is 77. No rain today. We are dry, and we're approaching that 5-inch mark here of deficit for a rainfall. So it looks like we may get some rain on Thursday, but it's not a big chance by any means. Cool tonight, sunny and dry again tomorrow, and then the rain chance potentially moves in our way by Thursday afternoon. Radar, very quiet right now, nothing to show you here. Dry air aloft. Once again, we've talked about this for days. The dry air shows up in tan on the water vapor imagery. The only wet spot here just to the north of us here in Tennessee, rolling towards Georgia. This is actually some severe storms, and they're under a tornado watch in some of these areas here around Georgia until 11 p.m. tonight. Kind of a nasty looking line here. So if you're flying out of SRQ, maybe going to Atlanta for this evening, potentially there could be delays as far as looking at this thing to see if this holds together, but this will not affect our area at all. Kind of a cold front that's causing the severe weather up to the north will fall apart by the time it gets to us, but this is the system that potentially could bring us some rain on Thursday. We'll have to watch it. Our futurecast remains very quiet once again for tomorrow. A lot of sunshine, but notice this cold front kind of falls apart, loses its energy. Clouds come our way by Thursday morning. The question is, will the dynamics be there to produce some rain showers? On this model, we don't have rain. Another model I looked at earlier did have rain, but only 20 to 30% chance, and most of those showers will probably be inland. For the boaters, the high tide will be at 11:33 tomorrow morning, low tide at 3:22 in the afternoon. Sunrise tomorrow at 7:31, sunset at 7:43. For the boaters, once again, westerly wind at 10 knots tomorrow, 1 to 2 feet for the seas, light chop in the bays. The overnight low will be 58, but with the temperatures cooling close to the dew point, there could be some areas of patchy fog, especially around lakes, marshes, and rivers, so look out for that in your morning commute. 74 for the high tomorrow. Remember, the average is 77, so we'll be below that again tomorrow. And then as we get into Thursday, clouds come in the morning. Question is, will we get some rain showers develop in the afternoon? I don't think they'll be along the coast, but they probably could develop inland. I'm only giving it a 20% chance at this time. And then we clear out once again Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, a lot of sunshine. Next best chance for rain comes our way next Tuesday. Back to you.
Thank you, Josh. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No major accidents to report, but I-75 is backed up in the northbound lanes between Bee Ridge and Fruitville Road.
Target is revamping its stores in a big way. The retail giant's new layout will feature a separate entrance and 10-minute parking for shoppers who want to pick up online orders or just make some quick purchases. Target says its new center aisles will be curved instead of squared off to inspire people to explore the store. And LED track lighting will also replace the fluorescent fixtures in stores. Target's CEO says the first redesigned store will open in Houston this fall.
A new grocery store in Sarasota will open in just a few weeks, and the chain still needs to hire about 50 people. Sprouts Farmers Market is hosting walk-in interviews this Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at its new location on South Tamiami Trail, right across the street from the Westfield Sarasota Square Mall. The grand opening is scheduled for April 12th. If you are interested, bring a copy of your resume. Great opportunity.
It's a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Entertainment news is coming up next. Stay with us.
Car experts and customers agree there's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I'm Alan Cohn. The Obamacare replacement. Florida led the nation in sign-ups last year. How would repealing the Affordable Care Act impact the Suncoast?
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 6 p.m. at North Straub Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
I met a girl, she made me smile, she made me wait. She crossed the street, she across my heart. She fixed her dress, she bit her lip.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Only Ellen DeGeneres could turn a trip to the emergency room into a funny story.
Yeah, the talk show host told her audience today that she dislocated her finger after she tripped and fell. DeGeneres said it happened after a dinner party and 2 glasses of wine when her dogs came to meet her and she tripped before falling into a door. The host says she'll be just fine and joked that she even invented 3 new curse words that day.
Husband and wife country music stars Tim McGraw and Faith Hill are doing something they've never done before. They're releasing a joint album later this year. The first single, Speak to a Girl, debuts Thursday ahead of McGraw and Hill performing that song at the Academy of Country Music Awards next month. Although this is the first joint album for the couple, it's not the first time that they have collaborated in song. The two won Grammys in 2001 and 2006 for Best Country Collaboration with Vocals.
The 24th season of ABC's Dancing with the Stars kicked off in fine fashion last night with a brand new cast. Stars like Simone Biles and Rashad Jennings impressed right out of the gate, while low scores like Chris Kattan and Mr. T will have one more week to find their footing. The athletes taking part in this season are already competitive, getting 4 of the 5 top scores. The Stars will return to the ballroom for the second round this coming Monday at 8 o'clock right here on ABC7.
Tina Fey's stage adaptation of the movie Mean Girls will premiere later this year in Washington, D.C. The new musical is based on the 2004 cult classic film about a girl trying to find her place in a new high school. The film starred Lindsay Lohan, but there's no word on who will star on stage. The show will run from Halloween until December 3rd at the National Theater.
Warren Buffett's NCAA Bracket Challenge has a winner. A West Virginia factory worker won $100,000 for correctly picking the first 29 games of the basketball tournament's first round. The employee also picked the winners of the 31st and 32nd games correctly, but that 30th game between Marquette and South Carolina cost him big time. If he had correctly picked South Carolina to win, he would have pocketed $1 million with a perfect first round bracket. The ultimate prize of Buffett's competition is $1 million a year for life. But to win that, you have to pick the winners of all 32 first-round games, plus the 16 games in the second round. And as we're all learning again this year, that is nearly and probably is impossible.
I think so. It is. I mean, it's really hard. Even the ones that you think, you think it's just a sure bet.
Exactly.
Isn't always that way.
In this tournament, anything can happen.
And that's why it's so great. That's why we love it so much, because it always shocks you every year, never disappoints.
Yep. We'll be right back with more news and your forecast.